Welcome to the September edition of the Faribault Community Television News. I'm Sam Temple here with Clayton at Faribault Rental.
Here's the news.
Hi everybody, my name is Devin Pawarek. I'm a recreation coordinator with Faribault Park and Rec. I've got some upcoming youth and adult information with Park and Rec for you. So we have flag football for 2nd and 3rd graders starting on September 3rd from 6 to 7 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays at Jefferson Elementary. Then we're also starting our youth volleyball. We're taking registrations in for 3rd and 4th Youth Volleyball League. The teams are made according to the different schools. We're looking for parent and guardian volunteer coaches. We'll have the games on Saturdays, with the first games taking place on September 28th at the Faribault Park and Rec Gym here at the Community Center. Practices are chosen by the coaches and are expected to be 1 to 2 a week at the Community Center Gym. For boys this year, we're starting volleyball as well. That's going to be a clinic for grades 2nd through 5th. That'll be on Mondays and Thursdays from 4:30 to 5:45, October 21st through November 7th. At the National Guard Armory. We also have for our adults a new schedule for Zumba starting on September 9th. They'll be meeting at the Washington Rec Center gym, so that's going to be great for them. I'll be on Mondays from 6:30 to 7:30 and Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5:15 to 6:15. We also have our adult volleyball league starting on the 2nd week of October with co-ed on Mondays and women's on Thursdays at the Armory. And then also we have a wood carving class with Chris Bullock. That's going to be on Sunday, September 22nd from 1 to 4 p.m. Then we also have our online piano and guitar classes offered September 23rd and September 25th at 6:30 p.m. And then finally, we have our Star Watch at the Riverbend Nature Center, which is always a good time. And that's on Monday, September 23rd at 7:30 p.m. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Kevin O'Brien, Recreation Superintendent for City of Faribault Park and Rec. An update from the aquatics world. The outdoor pool, Faribault Family Aquatic Center, is now closed for the season. Despite having a rough June, we were closed for that leak repair. We were able to have a really great July and August, and we're even able to stay open for an extra week in August, which panned out being a very hot last weekend at the pool. And that last day, Sunday the 25th, we had over 700 people come to the pool that day. So thank you, Faribault and surrounding communities that came throughout the course of the summer. It was a really great year despite the June closure, and thank you for being understanding and getting through that closure time. We're super appreciative and thankful for the staff we have that got us through and made summer 2024 so successful. With that being said, the outdoor pool being closed, we're moving our focus to the indoor pool programming, and we now have open swim at the indoor pool at the Community Center Saturdays and Sundays from 1 to 4 with a max capacity of 65 swimmers. So be mindful, you may want to get here early within that time frame to be able to get into the pool, because also during those times we have birthday parties, and we have 2 rooms available for birthday party rentals at the Community Center, our Peterson room and the Buckham West side of the building, the activity room. So come and host your party here. Birthday party reservations get free access to the pool during those public open swim times from 1 to 4. So come and swim at the pool. We're open on the weekends. A daily admission for one person is $4, or for a family of 5 is $14. Our school year swim lesson program has also opened for registration. September is usually our baby classes, parent, child, aqua squirts, and we were able to squeak in a level 1 class this time. Then October and November will be levels aqua squirt through level 5. So registration is open for those. Get on and sign up for those classes soon, because they do tend to fill up fast. We are still offering our water fitness programs Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the mornings. And then we do have mat yoga Saturday mornings as a different way to exercise in the pool. It's on kind of like a stand-up paddleboard mat that you would float and do different exercises and some yoga poses on that mat in the pool. It's also kind of similar to hot yoga since our pool area is a warm 86 degrees, which feels very nice in the winter months when it's below freezing outside. So come and enjoy the pool this school year. We're open 7 days a week now with lap swim on Sundays, in addition to that mat yoga on Saturdays and lap swim on Saturdays as well. Thank you for a great summer. We'll see you this school year.
Hello, I'm Paul Panoski, Parks and Recreation Director for the Faribault Parks and Recreation Department. A couple of just reminders coming up for the month of September. The first couple of weeks of September, right after Labor Day, we are going to be closing our locker rooms at the community center. We are doing some maintenance work within the locker rooms. It'll take us from 1 to 2 weeks to complete that work in there, and then we'll get those back opened again. So just reminding patrons, if they're coming, the family changing rooms will be available, but you will need to probably come in your gear and go in your gear because there's only a couple of family changing rooms. Also a reminder, picnic shelters will close for the summer on September 30th. So we've got just a few weeks left to still take reservations for those picnic shelters, and then we do not take shelter reservations anymore after the 30th of September. Also Saturdays, don't forget Farmers Market and Makers Market continues through the month of September down at Central Park. So that is the crowd that you will see there in the morning, and we also have the Family Day that will be scheduled during the month of September also down there as part of Farmers Market. Light of Hope Cancer Stroll, that will be on September 14th at Central Park. Very neat event to come down and see all the different luminaries that they put out and the way that they decorate the park and the entertainment they provide for that. So please come and join and be part of that event as well. And then on Saturday, September 14th, White Sands Dog Park will be celebrating its 15th anniversary. So there'll be some events going from 10 to 1 down at the park, so please come down, have some cake, hot dogs. There's a couple of vendor groups coming in, and just come and enjoy the day down at White Sands Dog Park. Thank you.
The following content is brought to you by Riverbend Nature Center.
Visiting Riverbend Nature Center makes my heart flutter with joy.
Saturday, September 7th, Bagels and Birds, 10 to 11 a.m. This is for all ages and the cost is free. Come and enjoy coffee and a free bagel provided by the Inn at Shattuck, and watch for birds at Windows on the Wild. Saturday, September 7th, Story Time with a Naturalist, 11 to 12 p.m. This is for all ages and the cost is free. Read a story with a Riverbend naturalist. September will be focused on the changing of seasons. Saturday, September 7th, Sweet Reads Book Club, 2 to 3 p.m. This is for ages 13 and up. The cost is free. Discuss environmental related books with eco-conscious individuals while enjoying refreshments in the Interpretive Center. The book for September is Locally Laid by Lucy B. Amundsen. Monday, September 9th, Little Sprouts, Prairie Pollinators, 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. The cost is $10 per non-member child, $5 per member child, adults attend free. What are pollinators? Come and see that it is more than just bees. Your little sprout will learn about the natural world through nature play and exploration. Just for the weather, as a portion of the class will be outside. Monday, September 9th, Homeschool Prairie Pollinators, 1 to 3 p.m. This is for ages 5 through 12. The cost is $10 per non-member and $5 per member. What are pollinators? Is it just bees? Come and learn about the different pollinators. Wednesday, September 18th, Lunch and Learn all about bats, 12 to 2 p.m. The cost is $10 per non-member and $5 for members. We often look at bats with fear and creepy feelings, but they are beneficial animals that help play an important role in our ecosystem. Come learn all about bats with guest speaker Melissa Bowman with the Minnesota DNR. Bring your own lunch and join us as we learn about a new topic each month. Saturday, September 21st, Boy Scout Badge Day, 10 to 11:30 a.m. Bird Badge, 12:30 to 2 p.m. Forestry Badge. The cost is $15 per non-member and $10 per member per badge program. The ages are 11 to 17. Come work on your forestry and bird badges at Riverbend. Register for one or register for both and bring a lunch to eat in between programs. Note, some specific requirements are more time-consuming than what can be done during this program. It is up to the scout or scout leader to help fulfill any remaining requirements. Monday, September 23rd, Little Sprouts. Terrific turtles and fabulous frogs. 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. The cost is $10 per non-member child and $5 per member child. Adults attend free. Come stride or hop along with us in this terrific turtles and fabulous frogs session to see how amazing our aquatic friends are. Your little sprout will learn about the natural world through nature play and exploration. Dress for the weather, as a portion of the class will be outside. Monday, September 23rd, Star Watch Party with Mike Lynch, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. The cost is $5 for ages 13 and under and $10 for ages 14 and up. Riverbend Nature Center will be hosting retired WCCO radio meteorologist Mike Lynch and a Star Watch party. You will use large telescopes for close-up views of the moon, star clusters, nebulae, galaxies, and other wonders in the fall skies. You're invited to bring lawn chairs to make yourself comfy. National Public Lands Day 2024. The registration link will be available soon. This takes place on Saturday, September 28th, 2024, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Meet at the Interpretive Center, 1000 Rustad Road, Faribault, Minnesota, 55021. Bring sunscreen, bug spray, gloves, proper attire for working in the woods. Volunteers will be assisting Riverbend staff with buckthorn removal in critical habitats to help restore natural vegetation. Riverbend is home to many species of plants and animals, some rare and endangered. Your help in removing buckthorn will be another step towards restoring native resources for these species. These activities are fun for ages 10 and up and a great way to spend family time in nature. Riverbend Nature Center is unique that the land is owned by the city of Faribault, which has an agreement for Riverbend Nature Center to operate as a nature center. Riverbend is a 501c3 nonprofit nature center and depends upon memberships and donations for operations as well as volunteers. Riverbend Nature Center is not a city park, but open for public use. We hope to see you this month at Riverbend Nature Center.
Hi, Dr. Mike Reinsbach here, coming to you from Ritchie Eye Clinic here in Faribault. Just wanted to spend a few minutes talking to you about something that we see just about every day here in the eye clinic called a chalazion. It is typically something that starts or presents as a tender red bump along the eyelid margin, commonly referred to as a stye, and eventually that acute painful setting will start to subside and people will be left with a sometimes large, non-tender bump on the eyelid margin. These develop because of obstruction of the natural oil glands, which we all have in our eyelids. There's roughly 20 to 30 on each upper and lower eyelid in each eye. And the oil glands are there for good reason. They are supposed to secrete oily secretions onto the tear film. The oil floats much like an oil slick in water on the top of your tear film and prevents your liquid portion of the tears from evaporating. So we all need oil in our tears. Actually, the most common cause of dry eye is insufficient oil in your tear film, and you're subjected then to evaporative dry eye or tear loss from just evaporation. Many people, their oil glands just don't operate the way they are supposed to. The oily secretions are supposed to be more of an olive oil type consistency of material, and for many people it ends up being solidified, even solid, more like a toothpaste consistency, and the glands just don't excrete their contents as normally and regularly as they are intended. If the glands cannot excrete, they continue to produce material, and the glands can then become obstructed. The secretions can leak out into the interstitial space, cause a lot of inflammatory reaction, and a lot of tenderness, redness, swelling, inflammation. The glands in some rare cases can even get secondarily infected as well, which could require some antibiotic to treat that. Most of the time, though, we call it a sterile inflammatory phenomenon, and so there's no actual bacterial infection. It gradually subsides over a week or two, and then there is a hard bump that just persists and persists for sometimes months and months. The best way, in my opinion, to remove these is to actually make a small incision after numbing the lid and manually removing the material from the obstructed gland. That sounds unpleasant. It's very well tolerated, and is probably the most expedient way to remedy the situation. Sometimes we also inject a little bit of steroid medicine around the lid. There are some unique risks associated with that, especially in people with darkly pigmented skin. Could cause a permanent discoloration of the skin. And in my opinion, it just doesn't work quite as well. Sometimes they persist even after doing that. But this is a common phenomenon, and for the average person, the best thing to know is if you develop one of these, you can develop more. Like I said, there are 20 to 30 glands on each eyelid. And so it's kind of a symptom of dysfunction of the oil glands, and the best treatment is to improve the health of those glands and get them functioning more healthfully. The main ways we go about that are heat to the lids. A hot washcloth works, but doesn't really stay hot for very long just due to evaporative heat loss. The same reason we sweat, it cools quickly. I feel that a heat mask, which you can purchase over the counter at basically any drugstore, works much better, stays hot longer. You can typically put those in the microwave for a few seconds and get them warm. Of course, you don't want to burn yourself, so be careful with that. Other than that, lubricating the eyes to decrease inflammation with just artificial tears. And one of the other things is washing the eyelid margin with special soap formulated for the lids. We call that ocular hygiene. In many ways, you should think of it as somewhat like brushing your teeth. It helps reduce the bacterial burden of the lids, which also contribute to inflammation. Some bacteria can also break down the oily material in those glands and cause them to become thickened, like we mentioned with the toothpaste consistency. Those three things are really the main initial way I go about treating it, because they're cheap, they're easy. The eyelid soap that I mentioned, you can also buy at just about any drugstore. Beyond that, if a patient still has problems with chalazion or chalazion developing, there are multiple other methods to try to treat the situation and just to improve the overall health of the oil glands. So if you develop a tender red bump on your eyelid, or even have a non-tender bump that's been there for several months, we're happy to take care of you and evaluate the situation here at Ritchie Eye Clinic.
Hi, Laura Bach coming to you from the Faribault Foundation. I wanted to give you an update on some of the great things that are happening here for the fall time. And so, we've been working on our Hand Up campaign for the last year and a half or so. We are still looking for another $500,000 to complete that campaign. So if you're interested in becoming a member of the Founders Society, give me a call at the foundation and we can talk about some options for you. I'm sure you've seen in the news lately all of the exciting things that are happening at Viaduct Park. The foundation is involved with fundraising for certain amenities at the park, and if your business or your family or civic group or faith organization is interested in having some recognition down there at Viaduct Park, get a hold of me at the foundation. We'll talk about options. You can also check out your options on our website at www.faribaultfoundation.org. Our website is really developed over the last year, and we've got feature stories about our different donors and the different funds that we have at the foundation. Lots of information about the park and the Hand Up campaign can be found there. Specifically for the month of September, I want to talk to you about an initiative we're working on. You know, Thanksgiving is coming up, but not until November, and the foundation has a fund called the Community Thanksgiving Day Meal Fund. We're looking for donations into that fund now to get ready to fund the community meal that will happen on Thanksgiving Day. If you're interested, you can go right online and donate there. Also, our two biggest events for the year coming up, fundraising events for the foundation and for our local nonprofits. 100 Women Who Care is happening on Sunday, October 6th at Apple Creek Orchard. Tickets are available online with a donation of $100. That'll reserve your spot to be at that really fun event. $5,000 will be given away to a local nonprofit that day, and that decision is made by the women who are at the event through a voting process. Later in the month of October, we'll have the 100 Men on a Mission, formerly known as the 100 Men Who Give a Damn. But 100 Men on a Mission is the same type of fundraising event. Again, $5,000 going to a local nonprofit, and that nonprofit is chosen through the same voting process that the women use at their event. Tickets for both fun events are available online, or if you have questions, you can just give a call to the office, 507-805-8800. I'm always looking forward to chatting with you.
Hi, my name's Chad. I'm the pharmacy manager at the Hy-Vee Pharmacy here in Faribault. Today I was just going to kind of do an update with where we're at for vaccines this season. So we do now have the flu shot in stock as well as the Pfizer COVID vaccine, and Moderna should be coming in soon. And with that, we'll be administering those vaccines along with shingles and tetanus and pneumonia and RSV shots if you're due for those. And you can come in to get those shots. You can either walk in anytime on weekdays 10 to 5 or weekends 11 to 3, or you can make an appointment online at Hy-Vee.com. And if you make an appointment online, it goes a little bit quicker and smoother just because we can do all the paperwork ahead of time, so that's preferred if possible. Otherwise, stop on in, and we're looking forward to seeing you. Thank you.
We're here with one of the supporters of the Faribault Community Television News here in September to chat with us about different projects that folks can do either as we head into the early fall or in the dog days of summer here. So what are we looking at?
Well, now that we're transitioning into the fall, obviously we're going to get ready for winter dormancy. That's coming, and a lot of the things you need to be doing is getting ready for inside project, right? So now is the time to move to the inside, get all that stuff done. A lot of things that you can do inside, there's like backsplash, you know, if you're like looking at your kitchen, like, gosh, I just want to get rid of that. There are lots of tools here to do that. Great little project, pretty simple to do. A lot of painting, sanding. I grew up in the 90s as a kid. Every house I went to had popcorn ceilings, and I just have a disdain for them. So we have a knockdown, you know, get that flush popcorn ceiling off.
Yeah.
That's another great project.
Yeah.
We've got a drywall sander here that's meant for that, has a vacuum attachment, collects all the dust. Yeah. Pretty simple, pretty easy for anybody to use.
Absolutely. Could you show me what I would use to get rid of some of that popcorn?
Yeah, definitely. So this is it right here. So it has a variety of sandpaper that come with it as well. The big thing with that is you want to start off with the least amount of grit possible. As you can see, it's pretty dusty from doing a lot of sheetrock and popcorn takedown. So when you're doing this, you know, we have the sandpaper up there, comes in a bunch of different grits. I always say start at the finest. If it's not doing it, step it up to the you know, more aggressive grits. And then, I mean, you can do a nice little 8x10 you know, kitchen in a couple of hours in reality, you know, no longer in a day. Right. But if you're looking to update your house to get ready to sell, or just, I'm tired of looking at popcorn ceilings like I was, you just can get that all done in the wintertime when you're nothing to do outside and a lot to do inside. It's a great little project for anybody to tackle.
Absolutely. And so this runs on what? What do people
Electricity.
need to power this? Runs on electricity?
Yep, so just regular electricity you plug into like a coffee maker, toaster, anything like that. Plugs right in, works right away. Has a dust collection system, so you just plug it into the vacuum. So a wet dry vac will be plenty enough for this to fill up, and then you're good to go.
And do folks usually get by just with that in terms of the cleanup? Okay.
Yep. And obviously you can wear a mask if you want to. I mean, if you're doing a lot of sanding in a lot of big area, I would recommend it. Yeah. But again, to each his own on that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. No OSHA in improvements. So
exactly.
So what are your top projects for the fall beyond that? We've gotten rid of the popcorn. We've cleaned up the dust. What's next?
Well, I think big thing you got to do is you got to get ready for the winter for your lawn, right? So you definitely want to aerate, and then you definitely want to fertilize.
Sure.
So we've got aerators here that do the plug style. So it reaches in, grabs out a piece of the dirt, and you'll have a nice little plug of dirt. And then you want to come right after it, and you want to come with seeders. So we've got two types of broadcasters here. We got the push kind here, and we got a towable one. So if you've got like a lawn tractor that you have at your house, and you got a long, big yard, this is the way to go. It has its own dial setting here. So each bag of grass comes with its own set of numerical values that you look at the bag and you go, yep, okay, it needs to be an 8 or a 6 or a 4. And that just has its feed lot that comes out. So you're not you don't have to be a master at guessing at or anything like that.
Right, no measuring tape necessary.
Right, exactly.
There you go.
Another big thing is obviously kids are going off to college, so a lot of moving stuff's gonna happen. Having a two-wheel dolly is something that is just really imperative. I moved a lot when I was in college, and having a two-wheel dolly is just something you're gonna have to have. So really important to have a four-wheel dolly, two-wheel dolly, something of that nature when you're moving, especially the kids moving all around with parents. It's really nice to have that.
Absolutely. So as we're renting these, folks might, go to Kalamazoo and they need to be there for the whole weekend. They can rent this for the weekend and bring it back on Monday or Tuesday.
No problem whatsoever.
Delightful.
A lot of cool projects happen too with getting ready again, moving into the summer, into the fall here. You want to be outside and clean the house. We've got great pressure washers here that run on electricity and batteries, or excuse me, gas. And great for cleaning up the outside of the house, getting that all ready so you get rid of the ice dams. Make sure that your gutters are clean.
Let's go take a look at some of that. So we got the fall season. Folks are looking to clean up the exterior before the snow comes. What do we have available for us?
So we got a couple of options here. We've got a couple electric, couple of gas. We got everything from like 1700 psi, 3000 psi, and then a big old 4000 psi gas one. Great for getting the property ready for winter. Obviously making sure that getting like that dirt, grime, overgrown grass between the cracks, getting rid of anthills, all that kind of stuff off your cement driveway or sidewalk, whatever you want to get done. Or using the wand for cleaning the side of your house. So getting that nice and clean. The cleaner the better it goes in, deal with the muddiness afterwards.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now I have an older house and my shingles are God knows how old. Any concern that this might cause damage, strip paint? What are we looking at for that?
So they do have a couple of different tips on there. The different colors on here do represent more aggressive or less aggressive. So something on like for this scale, red is extremely aggressive, where green and black are going to be much softer, a wider spray, wider array. Again, just keep stepping back. If it's too much, you can always step down from a 3000. 1700 is really not going to do any damage to most houses. So
there you go.
Really no concern with that. Just as long as you're watching it and being careful. Obviously, if it's really close, I mean.
Pretty intuitive, common sense. If what you're doing is breaking something, you should stop doing it.
Exactly.
Perfect. Perfect.
Hey everyone, it's me, Ms. Denny, your favorite children's librarian. Thanks for joining me. I'm here to tell you about everything happening at your library this September, and there is a lot. I can't believe it's already September. I hope everyone is having a great time getting back into the rhythm of going back to school and getting ready for fall, and I hope to see you here at the library for all these great programs. First one I want to tell you about is, of course, story time. So Storytime will resume for the fall session the first week of September. We are offering Storytime in a variety of formats. You can find me Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock on the library's YouTube or Facebook page with our 5-minute bedtime stories. And those, again, are just a short virtual story, again, on the library's YouTube or Facebook page. And you can watch them as they air or anytime at your convenience and as many times as you like. If you'd like to join us for Zoom Storytime, that is Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. It's a really fun group, and I'd love to have you join us. So just get in touch with me, and I will get you the link for that. And then on Thursdays, we have Storytime in person here at the library. That's at 10 a.m. I'm excited to let you know that ECFE will be back again this fall. They're joining us after Storytime on select Thursdays each month. And they'll bring an extension activity to extend story time. So it's super fun. No matter which way we join you, I would love to see you. Stitch a Bit will meet in September 2 times, Friday, September 6th and September 20. Those start times are 10 a.m. Stitch a Bit is a very informal program. You just stop in, no need to register. Bring your favorite knit, crochet, or other needlecraft project to work on and enjoy the company of your friends and neighbors as you work on it in the library's makerspace. Our Teen Advisory Board, or TAB, will meet on Monday, September 9 at 4:30. TAB is for youth in grades 6 through 12. And if you're interested in becoming a member of TAB, just let me know. I'll get you the application and all of the information you need. Our book clubs will resume in September. We don't have book clubs over the summer, so these are coming back with the start of the school year. We have 2 book clubs for youth here at the library. One is Books and Brownies. It is for grades 2 through 5. And the other is Pizza and Pages for grades 6 through 12. Both book clubs are very informal and lots of fun. The only requirement is that you love to read, and for either one, there are treats involved. So it's super great. And for September, I'm keeping it very chill. Just come and be prepared to share about anything you read over the summer. And then we'll have future meeting dates and assignments announced in advance. So we'll have once a month meetings for each book club. Books and Brownies will meet on Monday, September 16 at 4:30, and Pizza and Pages will be Monday, September 30 at 4:30. If you are interested in attending either book club, I do need registration for this so I can make sure that I am prepared and have enough treats for everyone. So you can let me know via email, Facebook, call the library, stop in and see me, and let me know if you want to join for either of the book clubs. We're excited to tell you that we are hosting a library lecture series this fall. Our first guest speaker will be author and professor Dr. Joseph Mbele, and that will be on Thursday, September 19 at 6 o'clock in the library's Great Hall. No registration is required. The doors will open at 5:30. And this is a very engaging and entertaining storyteller. You do not want to miss this event. So hope to see you Thursday, September 19. Our 3D printing lab has been going on once a month on the last Wednesday of each month. That is from 5:30 to 7 in the library's makerspace. The September event is on Wednesday, September 25th. So stop in anytime between 5:30 and 7 that day and meet with Bob, the library's resident 3D printing expert. You can trade ideas. You can try out 3D printing projects. It's super fun. So stop in and enjoy our 3D printing lab. If you're interested in ukulele, we have 2 opportunities for you. You can join fun if you are an experienced ukulele player. That is the Faribault Ukulele Network, and they have twice monthly jam sessions. You do need to be, like I said, pretty experienced at playing the ukulele to join this group. So if you are, contact our resident ukularian, Alan McCulley. She'll get you set up. If you are not experienced or maybe have never even played the ukulele, don't despair. We have an option for you as well. That is called Uke Can Make Music, and our same wonderful Alan will get you one-on-one appointments and get you started on learning how to play the ukulele. Our story walk is a great thing to do in the beautiful fall weather. You can stroll up and down Central Avenue and enjoy a book in all the stands on the corners. Stop in the library and get a map and then check out our story walk. The Library Plaza is another great place to meet with friends, work on homework, enjoy a snack. It's beautiful, especially in the fall. So stop in and enjoy the plaza while you still can before the snow starts to fly. And another great thing to do again in the fall is go check out the fall foliage in one of our state parks one of our lovely Minnesota state parks. We have many, and the library has free state park passes for you to borrow. So stop in and check one out. They're first come, first serve, and they're good for 7 days. We also have adventure kits that are good any time of year, and there is a variety of things to choose from. So stop in and see what you can check out at your library. If you have any questions on anything I've talked about here in this video, I would love to see you. Stop in the library anytime we're open. You can also give us a call, send us an email, find us on social media. We would love to hear from you, and even better, we'd love to see you. So stop in and check out your Faribault library. Take good care, friends, and I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Dave Nichols from the Rice County Historical Society, and today I am joined by our summer interns, Lily Burrows and Miles Fisher. So we have a special program here. It's our museum crash course that we do every summer, where we bring in university students that are interested in museum studies, and we put them through a crash course. We kind of give them a chance to try every little bit of the museum field so they can see, is that really the road they want to go? Get them used to what it's like working in the chaotic world of nonprofits, and hopefully give them some practical skills along the way. So what we're going to talk about today is what we've had them working on. So thank you both for joining me for this particular segment. So first of all, I think I'm going to ask, why did you guys decide to intern with us this summer?
I can start. I had volunteered with you guys before, and so having a previously established relationship was really appealing, and I wanted to start my museum experience at a smaller location before trying to go to a bigger one, and this internship was a great opportunity because it provides such a breadth of information, and we really got to go over all of the things that we could possibly come up with, and that's not the case with every single internship, so I wanted to start broad and then narrow down later.
Yeah. Miles, what about you?
Yeah, I think similarly the crash course internship was really helpful to just, I wanted to know, is this what I want to do? Museum work. If I'm getting a history degree, I may as well see if I want to full commit, right? So that was really appealing to have the full breadth of the work we do available for the internship.
Yeah. So the summer is obviously our biggest time, so having also 2 extra capable people is very helpful. As I have heard somebody refer to recently, we get people whose backs don't already hurt. So that's a great way to do it. So we've had you doing everything from helping us process collections to doing some work on exhibits. Our Carlander Room exhibit here, you guys helped Jenna, our curator, get that put in. What is something that you guys have really enjoyed about being here working with us? Or maybe what's the best project that we've sicked you on?
I can start. I loved working on the Alclea exhibit. I loved working on this Our Carlander Room exhibit. I thought it was so fun and interesting to be thinking about, okay, so who was this man? How do we best communicate and share what his life was when he was a governor, when he was a congressman, when he lived in Rice County? I think that's sort of, I don't know what you would call it, metacognition of like, how do we best communicate X thing through this medium of like museum display was really interesting and a cool new way of thinking that I haven't encountered before.
Great.
I've been doing a lot of paperwork stuff, which can be tedious, but I do think that it has been a fun challenge to compile all of the different paper artifacts that we have back there and grouping them and filing them away. I like organizational systems, and so it feels very like achievable and manageable. And I think it's fun to go through all the paper artifacts, and as someone who isn't from Rice County originally, I think it's a really nice way to get to know the county, get to know all the businesses that were here, that are here, and I've started recognizing last names and things like that, so it's been a really fun way to like get to know Faribault and Rice County.
Yeah, you basically just get to dive into a pile of paper like a swimming pool.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we do with our internships is we really try to make sure that they get something out of it that they can put on a resume and really take that forward with them. And so what I'd like to talk about is your guys' capstone projects that we've talked about. So I'll start with you, Miles. What have we had you working on over the summer?
Yeah, so I've been working on some translation work. I am professionally proficient in Spanish, and I've been working on translating information that we have about our outbuildings, which from where we're standing right now are out there. So I've been working on translating those and compiling that information into bite-sized chunks that we can give in pamphlets in Spanish to our Spanish-speaking museum visitors who may want to learn more about the church or the schoolhouse or cabin out there.
Yeah, you know, Rice County has a pretty significant population of Hispanic individuals, and sadly, most of us here at the museum aren't quite proficient in Spanish. We try to do our best, but we mumble mostly. But fortunately, we've had somebody that knows so that we can at least continue to share that history through our handouts and all that information. So that's going to go a long way. Thank you very much for that. Lily, what have you been working on?
So one of the first things that I noticed when I started volunteering here is that our social media presence was very minimal, which is fine. But I had brought it up to Dave and Jenna as something that I'd be interested in volunteering some time to help out with, and that evolved into my capstone project for the summer. So we have been working to create a somewhat long-term-ish social media plan. So what are the platforms that we want to use or continue using or start using, and what type of content do we want to be putting out there, and how is that going to help us better engage with the community and get more people into the museum and involved in our different activities and projects and Kids Day events and all of those types of things. And so it's been a lot of physical, like actually posting things and designing some graphics and stuff like that, but it's also been a lot of planning and thinking about what are the goals for the institution and how social media can help us further our mission.
Dave knows how to use these things, but isn't exactly the best at it. So having somebody that can help point me in the right direction is very helpful. So we try to do this program every summer. It's always great to have students come in, give us different perspectives on the work that we're doing down here. Their different points of view, the way they see things is usually different from, you know, those of us that are in this and living with it every day. So greatly appreciate all the work that you guys have done. We couldn't have done half of the programs we pulled off this summer without you, so thank you very much. If you or anybody you know is interested in interning with the Rice County Historical Society, we encourage you to check out our website where we have all of our application materials on there. And for now, I will talk to you all later. I am Dave Nichols, from the Rice County Historical Society, preserving the past for future generations.
Well, we've highlighted your services that you provide for the community, some of the ins and outs that we do here, but of course we're here because Faribault Rental is a big supporter of Faribault Community Television.
Absolutely.
So I'd love for you to talk a little bit more about why you choose to support community media.
Well, we love the idea that when you turn something on, you know that it's directed towards the actual community that we're living in every day. Getting updates on what's happening around here, new businesses opening, new businesses or old businesses celebrating, lifelong achievements, anniversaries, all that great stuff. Getting just to know the town a little bit more too when you're coming in. It's great for new people that are moving into the city that know, hey, there's somebody that's going to talk about what's going on activity-wise. So it's just something great that involves everybody here in the city and just kind of ties us all together. I think it's great that we have this program, because not every city has that.
Well, thank you for continuing to support Faribault Community Television and everything else you do in the community. For the viewers at home, we'll see you next month.